Hello everyone and welcome to the Fanatic Zone. My name is Steve Ford, and before you ask, no, there is no relation to the president, the actor, or the famous pilot. Oh, and by the way, I also have no affiliation whatsoever with Ford Motor Company. Believe me, if I did, I sure as hell wouldn't be driving around in this. Anyways, this is my very first video, but you may have seen some of my other work on tvfanatic.com, where I have written numerous editorials and episodic reviews of The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and Ash vs. Evil Dead. May that beloved series rest in peace. I've always enjoyed writing and talking and sharing with other fans, and that's the whole reason I created this channel, is to share with you in a different way. And this is a place you can come to find out all my news, experiences, and reviews of anything and everything film, television, comic book, video game, and pop culture related. Again, being a writer and reviewing television shows really brings out my passion, and I think my work reflects that. What I get the most out of it is not just putting my own thoughts and opinions down and sharing them with you, but you sharing yours with me as well, and stirring up conversation, and that's what I enjoy the most out of it, even if our views are miles and miles apart. So, now that you know a little bit about myself and this channel, let's jump right into something that has really been on my mind lately, and it pertains to one of my favorite television shows, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is one of those shows that either you love it or you're wrong. It's easily one of my top 5 television shows of all time. It's right up there with Lost and The Golden Girls.
I got up in the middle of the night and there was a puddle in my bed. You know how relieved I was to find out the roof was leaking.
Oh, hi, Rose. The ceiling in your room leaking, too?
No, Dorothy, I just finished milking the cow I keep in my closet. Gee, with only 3 hours sleep, I can be as bitchy as you.
That Rose. Anyway, I am a huge Walking Dead fan. I have tons and tons of memorabilia, including the hardcover graphic novels, Funko Pop figurines. I have every single season on DVD, including a pop-up book.
Spaceballs the t-shirt. Spaceballs the coloring book. Spaceballs the lunchbox. Spaceballs the breakfast cereal. Spaceballs the flamethrower.
I also have this Walking Dead wine that a friend gave me recently. It's the Blood Red blend. I do not know if it comes in a white, but as you can see, it is unopened, and I intend to keep it that way, at least for now. Something my wife and I enjoy doing every Sunday night is watch new episodes of The Walking Dead, have a little wine and some cheese, so I will probably keep this, save it, and pop this bad boy open for when The Walking Dead inevitably airs its final episode of the series, which, based on a lot of fan reactions out there, people seem to think that that ending might be coming sooner rather than later. Ever since word broke that Andrew Lincoln is leaving The Walking Dead, everyone has just been losing their minds. People saying things like, oh, they should just kill this show already, or if it started with Rick, it should end with Rick. And those are perfectly understandable reactions. I mean, I myself was totally thrown off when Andy Lincoln came out and said he was leaving the series, but let's just analyze that for a minute. As difficult as it is to imagine The Walking Dead without Rick, the character leaving the series might just be what this show needs. Think about it. He's lost his best friend, his wife, his son, his sanity, his hand. Oh, wait, that's the comics, sorry. Also, Andrew Lincoln lives in London. His whole family is there. He's away from them more than half the year filming The Walking Dead, so you can't blame the guy for wanting to spend more time with them and watch his children grow up. I mean, at the end of the day, this is only a television show, and family is everything, and you cannot knock the guy for that. And as much focus that this show has put on Rick as being the main character of the series, don't forget, when it comes down to it, The Walking Dead is an ensemble show. It always has been. And even without Rick, the show will continue to be all about the characters. I mean, the characters are what got us invested in the series in the first place, right? Look, we love Rick, but Rick is the person he is today because of the people that were in his life on this series. And now that the focus is going to be taken off Rick, those other characters are really going to be able to shine. I mean, you have great characters, including Daryl and Carol, but they've kind of taken a bit of a back seat in recent seasons. Also, with Angela Kang taking over showrunner duties, I'm very optimistic about the upcoming season and hopeful that we can breathe some new life into this series. The Walking Dead isn't going anywhere. Despite a slip in viewership over the last few seasons, it's still a ratings juggernaut and the #1 entertainment show on television. And that's saying something. With Andrew Lincoln leaving the series, we can expect that the ratings are going to continue to dwindle even further, but we still won't need to worry about hitting the panic button yet, even though viewership is getting smaller.
And Leon's getting larger.
It's all about the ratings and the numbers, and while those numbers aren't as good as they once were, it's still going to be good enough to carry this show for another 2 to 3 seasons, at least. Now, we don't know how Rick is going to be written out of The Walking Dead. An obvious choice would point to a death. I mean, nobody has ever left this series alive with the exception of Morgan, and he merely just crossed over to Fear the Walking Dead. But based on some hints dropped last season, along with the Comic-Con trailer for Season 9, along with my knowledge of The Walking Dead comics, I have a theory on what they're going to do with Rick. I won't spoil anything, but based on what we've seen so far, they might be heading in that direction. Now, this is The Walking Dead, so there are no guarantees, but one thing that is certain is that with Andrew Lincoln's final few episodes this season, you're going to want to stock up on these. There is no doubt that Andrew Lincoln's farewell episode is going to be an emotional roller coaster, but you can rest assured that Andrew Lincoln is going to turn in one hell of a performance, as only he can.
Oh, no.
Well, that about wraps up this episode of The Fanatic Zone. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and comment below. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And be sure to keep an eye out for my reviews on tvfanatic.com.